and welcome back to Cheyenne Reads. Today I'm going to be doing a day in my bookish life where basically it's going to be a vlog. I will be reading in this vlog as well as going to the library, going shopping, possibly getting food. I don't know, I'm hanging out with my boyfriend today and I just thought I'd show you what a day in my average life looks like. I know my setup might be a little different because I was gifted a ring light by my boyfriend, which I'm so thankful for. And yeah, I'm just happy about how the quality of this looks. I can like change how bright it is. It just looks awesome. Oh my gosh. But in this vlog, I will be reading Cinder by Marissa Meyer, which is about this girl who's a cyborg who can like fix stuff. And I started it today actually, and I'm only 38 pages into the book so far. There's gonna be like a romance with the prince, and what I've gathered from this book so far is that Cinder, she fixes gadgets. She's the best mechanic in her town of, I can't remember the town's name, but she's the best mechanic, and there's a plague that's surfaced in the world that she's in, and a lot of people are suffering from this plague. Even the prince's parent is dying, I guess, or is suffering from the plague. And it's just a really interesting book. It's made me smile so far, and I just love it. It's a nice, easy read. The next book that I'm going to be reading in this vlog is A Reaper at the Gates by Saba Tahir. Yes, so I'm 68 pages into this. Like, I've just barely started it because it's starting off pretty slow compared to the other books that had me really interested from the start. I believe A Torch Against the Night was my favorite out of the series, but I'm really hoping to finish this before the third book comes out, which is December 1st. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it that quick, but basically, if you don't know what the series is about, it's about this girl who basically her brother was taken away for committing a crime, or what their version of a crime is, and she's out to get him back. She joins the resistance, and where she meets Elias, who is in this Black Cliff Academy where he's a mask, and we just see his life as a mask. And this military book is very military. I don't know how to really explain it, but you would just really have to check it out. But there's romance in the series, there's action, there's always something to look forward to, and there's always drama. I love it so much. It's slowly becoming one of my favorite series. It's just this one started off a little slow, so that's why I haven't finished it. But I really want to read some more of this today. But first we're going to start off doing my makeup, because that's why I'm here. I want to add more substance to my vlogs. I want to add more, because that's like what I really do every day. Not like I do my makeup every day, but just like when I'm going out and I want to have a good time with my boyfriend, I'm like, okay, sometimes I want to do my makeup. Sometimes I just want to be barefaced. But yeah, I already started off by washing my face, everything. Right now it's like 1 in the afternoon, and then I should be leaving to go to the library around 3 or 4. So for now, I'm going to do my makeup, and then I'm going to read A Reaper at the Gates, because I've already read a little bit of Cinder so far today. And in Cinder, I'm at the point where there's this ball that is being talked about, and of course Cinder has a stepmother who she was adopted by the stepmother's not father. She's adopted by the stepmother's husband, but he ended up catching the plague and he died. And so she was 11 at the time, and she's an orphaned cyborg. And so she was taken in by the woman, and basically all of her earnings from her mechanic shop goes to the stepmother. And the stepmother's like, yeah, you can't go to the ball unless you find a way to get your own dress. And that's what's going on right now. I'm just searching for, I guess I don't really need it. So that's what's going on right now in the book, and I'm really enjoying it, honestly. I think I really like series where there's not a lot going on, and there's not like a lot of violence or stuff every now and again to read, because I feel like I went down this rabbit hole of reading like really violent books, and I don't know, sometimes it can be a little depressing to always read about stuff like that. So I really like the fact that I found a series that's really low-key and calm so far. I doubt much is gonna happen in this series. Hey, so I'm back. It's a little later in the day, and I kind of didn't get to vlog at the library because there was so many people, and I'm really shy. Like, not like shy, but like I don't want people to see me like vlogging yet. I don't know, it's weird. And I would have just showed you the libraries, and I kind of already have clips of that probably, so I could probably include that, but I don't know. But at the library I picked up a few books. I went a little crazy. I got the second and third book of the Selection series by Kira Cass. So here's the second, here's the third. I will be reading this book in a future reading vlog, so look out for that. But I read the first one already, and I'm not going to tell you when it's being posted or when I read it, but I enjoyed it. So that's all I have to say. And if you know me, you know how I rate things that I enjoy. So I've got the first two books of these. It's basically a series about this girl who's living in this new version of America where there's like different levels to society, like 1 through 8. She's level 5 and her family's an artist. I'm gonna take my glasses off because this reflection is so bad. So her family is a 5 and they're artists, and basically you have to go after the career that your family was born into, basically. And anyways, there's a prince who's looking for his princess and the next queen to their version of America. Anyways, her parents decide to, I'm sorry, it's so loud. Her parents decide to, anyways, I'm trying to remember the synopsis, but her parents want her to join the selection, which is this process of 35 girls who will get into, who could possibly marry the prince. And she is chosen as one of those girls, and it's just her story about her trying to win the prince's heart or something along those lines. And I really enjoyed this book that I picked up from the library is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. And this is a series about Alina Starkov, who's training to be in the magical elite Grisha, and she's favored by the Darkling and something like that, and she's in this like luxurious world. I'm not sure. And why did I put my glasses back on? Oh my gosh. But yeah, she's favored by the Darkling, and this is a fantasy series that a lot of people have been raving about, and then I'm a little late too, but I really want to check it out and see if I like it. But I haven't been really digging fantasy so much lately. Like, I went through this space where that's all I wanted to read, and now I'm like, I kind of been preferring like contemporary, something cute, kind of, not so much violent. Anyways, hopefully it's not too violent and it's good. The next book that I picked up, a lot of this stuff is on hold, so I have to like take this little paper off, but it's Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Bayron. Here's the book. And I believe this is a Cinderella retelling. It says it's been 200 years since Cinderella found her prince, but the fairy tale is over. So there's a little bit about that. I'm excited about it. I've I remember when it came out, and I don't really hear too many people talking about this book, which is why I want to read it. I think maybe it'll be like a hidden gem, and I know it was kind of popular, but I haven't heard many of my favorites talking about it, so I don't know. This is something I really want to check out. The next book that I got is Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor, and I read the first couple chapters of this today, and so far what I've gathered is about this girl named Karu. I could be saying that wrong. And so far it's been about how she broke up with this guy named Kaz, and Karu has like really pretty blue hair, and basically that's all I know about her. But she has a lot of tattoos, and she's an artist, and so far I'm at the part where Kaz is like stalking her. Not really stalking her, but like he's at her school right now. So that's all I know so far. And it seems really interesting, but I heard someone talking about how they DNF'd this book, and for some reason that made me want to pick it up. I don't know, I wasn't alive and they were talking about it, but I wanted to pick it up. And I found it at the library today, so yeah. Another book that I decided to get is You Are Not Alone. It's in large print, but that's all I could find. And it says, Shay Miller has 3 strikes against her: no job, no apartment, no love in her life. She becomes intrigued by a group of women who seem to have it all together, and they invite her with the promise, you are not alone. The glamorous and seductive Moore sisters, Cassandra and Jane, seem to have made a life on their own terms, a life most people can only envy. They are everything she aspires to be, and as she is pulled under their spell, her life gets better. But what price will she pay? What do Cassandra and Jane want from her? And what secrets do they and Shay have that will come to a deadly confrontation? You are not alone. Is it a promise or is it a threat? So I think this was one of Book of the Month's books. I could be wrong, but I know it's fairly new, and I've seen not a lot of people talk about it, but I've just seen people have this book, whether it's on Bookstagram or I don't know. I feel like I've just seen this book a lot, maybe on Libby. Like I'm always scrolling and it's always there. But I want to finally read it, give it a chance, and see what happens. Who knows if I'm actually going to read this though, because I don't know, the description doesn't excite me, but I still checked it out. Because once you grab a book at my library, you either check it out or you put it on a cart. And I guess I just forgot to put it back on the cart, but I guess I will read it. So we'll see. And the last book that I got, one that I'm really excited for because Kirsten from Kirsten's Corner told me this was a good book. The book that Kirsten from Kirsten's Corner recommended me to read was the one by John Mars. And I think I saw Mayana Reeds talk about it in one of her vlogs or something. I'm pretty sure she talked about it, or someone that I always watch talked about how this is like a love story type of book where people use this app or website to find their one true love. And now that I watched this episode of Black Mirror where like they find your perfect match, I want to read this even more. And basically it says, how far would you go to find the one? A simple DNA test is all it takes. Just a quick mouth swab and soon you'll be matched with your perfect partner, the one you're genetically made for. That's the promise made by Match Your DNA a decade ago. The company announced that they had found the gene that pairs each of us with our soulmate. Since then, millions of people around the world have been matched, but the discovery has its downsides. Test results have led to the breakup of countless relationships and upended the traditional ideas of dating, romance, and love. Now 5 very different people have received the notification that they have matched. They're each about to meet their one true love, but happily ever after isn't guaranteed for everyone, because even soulmates have secrets, and some are more shocking than others. A word of mouth hit in the United Kingdom. The One is a fascinating novel that shows how even the simplest discoveries can have complicated consequences. So I'm excited to read this. Actually, I'm gonna start this today, and I have started actually, but I'm gonna read it in the reading vlog because I don't really feel like reading A Reaper at the Gates right now. That's probably something I'm not gonna finish this month. If I'm being completely honest with myself, there's only a couple days left in this month and it's just so slow for me right now. I guess I could tell you guys where I left off. Basically, right now, Laya, and this might be a spoiler, so if you haven't read the first 2 books, don't watch. Like, skip a couple, like 30 seconds, but Laya and Darren are just left Elias, and now they're searching for Adisa, and basically they're trying to help the scholars, and I don't know, I'm just not as interested in this book as the other one. A Torch Against the Night had so much action, and the first book, An Ember in the Ashes, was just, it, like, when I first started reading it, it wasn't that interesting, but the more I read, like, after the first 5 chapters, I was completely obsessed with the series. And now the 3rd book is, like, so slow, and I'm not the only one who thinks it's slow. Like, I was talking to a couple other people, and I saw, well, one other person that I saw on a live, someone was like, yeah, it was much slower than the other 2 books. But I don't know, and they said, like, it picks up at the end, though, and it all works out. But, like, the way I'm reading it now, I'm 80 pages into it, and I don't know if that's too early, but I just feel like by now something should have happened, and not too much has happened. That's really affected the book, how I care about any of the characters. So I'm like, okay, I need to keep reading, but I don't feel like it. Like, if I force myself to read, I'm literally going to DNF it, and I want to finish the series. So anyways, I'm going to read the one and let you know what I think. Hi, I'm back. So I wanted to do a mini Q&A before I tell you guys what I think about the one and how far I've gotten into the book. So I have some questions from people on Twitter and from people on Instagram. So hold on, I need my glasses for this because, yeah. Andrix Reed said, do you have any siblings? Because the questions are bookish related or non-bookish. Like, I said ask me anything for this Q&A for this vlog, and I actually do have siblings. I have 2 sisters and a brother, and on my mom's side I'm the oldest, and on my dad's side I'm the middle child. Kirsten's Corner said, if you could read a book from a different character's perspective, who would it be? And honestly, I think any book from a different character's perspective, I'm thinking, I don't know, this is a really hard one. I'm thinking I would probably read An Ember in the Ashes from purely Elias's point of view, because I think I favored his more so than anyone's, because there was just so much action going on in his point of view, and I think I would have really enjoyed that a lot in the first or second book. But yeah, and Noel 7 pages, this is from Instagram, by the way, said, a book that surprised me. A book that really surprised me what would have to be the Poppy War series. I went into it and I just, here it is, The Poppy War by R. Quang. I talk about this book so much, but it's my favorite. I went into this book not expecting much. I kind of bought it on a whim. Like, I barely even read like the synopsis for it. I just had heard a lot of people talk about it, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna give it a chance, and if I don't like it, I guess I wasted $13, $10, whatever. And boy did it shock me. Boy did I go in a spiral and read the entire series within a month after starting the book. Like, not only did I start the book, I finished the book in like a week. Then I finished Dragon Republic the next month. Then I got an arc for the Burning God and finished that within a couple days. And it was just like a whirlwind, and just so much was going on. Like, yes, definitely the Puppy War. It says favorite character of all time, and while we're talking about the Puppy War, if you know me, if you really, really know me, you would know Ren is my favorite character of all time. Don't ask me why, I just love her. Literally, I love everything about her. To me, she's so strong and so fierce, and like she always really fought for what she believed in, whether it was right or wrong, whether you agree with what she was fighting for or not. That's like something that's notable, and that's something that I feel like a lot of people could look up to, like fighting for what you believe in. And I don't know, just my favorite girl, my favorite character. And then I have some questions from Twitter, and it says, what's a funny memory you've had while reading a book? Dahlia from Dahlia with Books asked me this. And a funny memory I've had while reading a book was when I read A House of Salt and Sorrows. I forget who it's by. I guess I'll add it right here somewhere. But the entire book, I thought everything was one way. And there was just like this huge major twist that literally kept me up all night long, and I was actually afraid, like actually terrified after this twist. Like I wasn't expecting it, and I knew it was a thriller book, but I hadn't been scared of it until maybe the end point. Like once I finished the book that night, I literally just sat there and I was like, okay. Like I really wasn't expecting that. I think it's so funny because I was like, this is such a good book, but I'm not afraid. And then finally when it got time towards the end, I was just like sat back and I was shook. And now I can laugh about it, but in that moment I was terrified. Anyways, Soph from Soph2243 says, what's your favorite book to movie adaptation? Honestly, I'm gonna have to go with The Hunger Games. Like I love watching The Hunger Games, and I remember when I first read The Hunger Games, how much I loved the books, and then I remember watching movies, and I still really, really love the movies. Like I recently rewatched the entire series, I believe. Well, not the entire series, but I watched the first 3 movies like a couple months ago, and I love them still so much. And that's my favorite book to movie adaptation. But I haven't seen many, only like Divergent. I saw The Fault in Our Stars, The Hunger Games, and recently I watched this Netflix show called To the Lake, and I believe that's based upon a book, and I didn't know. I kind of want to check out that book. If you've read it, let me know. I don't even know what the name of the book is. It's probably To the Lake, but I really, really love that TV series. And the last couple questions, Anja asked more questions, and it's favorite by person of color childhood book. And honestly, I don't know off the top of my head about that one. And it says favorite black musical artist. I think my favorite black musical artist has to be, honestly, maybe Rihanna or maybe Rihanna, Meg Thee Stallion, obviously Nicki Minaj, obviously Beyonce. I really, really have been loving all of those people for the longest time now. It says favorite foreign film. I don't know. I watched Train to Busan, and that movie genuinely scared me, and it's a foreign film, I guess. So yeah, that wraps up the question and answers part of this video, and I'm happy to answer your questions. Comment down somewhere below if you want to be featured in my next vlog, I guess. I want to make this a daily thing, but I thought this would be something fun to add into my video. So basically, I wanted to talk to you about reading the one, and so far there's like 5 different perspectives, and each perspective, some I'm enjoying more than others, but it's so good so far. And basically, this match to find your perfect match test has really been like kind of sketchy to me, I guess, because someone's been matched with someone who's not alive, someone's been matched with someone who's almost dying, and like it's kind of sad, and I haven't really seen it work too well in too many people's favors, but I'm interested to see how far like this is gonna go, because Kirsten's saying there's gonna be a lot of twists, and I'm thinking like, okay, I'm waiting. I think I'm on chapter 31 or 32, and I'm really looking forward to reading more. I'm gonna make this vlog maybe a 2-day vlog so I can finish the one. Who knows, however long it takes, but I'm gonna keep updating you and let you know what I think. Hi, it's the next day. It's about 2 p.m. and I have a little less than 100 pages left of the one, and I think maybe 80 pages. And I don't know if I've told you much about the book, but one of the characters is a woman who discovered the gene that determines someone's perfect match according to their DNA. And she's just found her match. Another couple aren't matches, but the wife wants to know if they are perfect matches or who their perfect match really is. Another guy has just found his perfect match, and he's kind of a criminal. I'm not gonna give too much away about that because I don't want to do spoilers. Who else is there? There's so many people to keep up with in this book. There's so many names. There's Tim, Sally, Richard, Mandy, Christopher. There's just so many different people, and there's just so many names. So much that's going on in this book that I did not expect to happen. I did not expect to be super interested in this book, and honestly this book has pulled me out of a huge reading slump, and I just want to read more and more books like it with this kind of appeal. Because how cool would it be to know who's your perfect match, your DNA match? There's some people who aren't even there's a couple in the book who got matched with a guy, and he's a guy and he's dating a woman, and it's just so strange. What if your perfect match is someone you never think it would be? I don't know, it's just so interesting to me, and I guess that's why I'm so interested in this book. I'm sorry about this glare. I don't know, I can't find the perfect lighting. There's the sun is shining, and I'm also using this ring light, so hopefully it's okay. But yeah, that's my little update on the book. Hi, I'm back, and I'm here to tell you that I finally finished the one after 2 days, I guess, and I really loved it. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed every twist and turn that there was, and boy was there many. Like I mentioned before, there's so many different points of view, so you get to follow the lives of over 5 different people, I think, because not only are you following that character's point of view that is speaking in the chapter, you're following whoever they're matched with and things like that. And I don't want to give the book away, but not only were certain people matched up together, there's a possibility that they were being manipulated. There was a possibility that some people didn't believe in the test, some people were against the test, that would determine if someone was really your true match. And it was just such an interesting concept to me that I was like, oh my gosh, I have to read this. And Kirsten's the one who recommended this book to me, and I really wasn't expecting one of the huge turns towards the end. It really caught me off guard. And if you've read this, please hit me up. I want more people to talk about this book with, because I truly enjoyed it. But I guess I'll be ending the vlog off here. Thank you for watching. Please comment and subscribe as well.